I want to start off by saying I mostly work alone. I do have a small team that comes with me to cons. I love them, but I mostly work alone. And I want to be honest and say that when I was first started doing conventions, hell, even now, I get really overwhelmed at cons. Like it is unbelievably overwhelmed. I typically before I go to conventions, I have a group chat, I have a Google Doc, I have all the God, if you name it, I promise you, I plan for these conventions like I am planning for my funeral. I swear I do. I
Oh
get to that
wow.
convention, I grab my press pass, I walk out on the floor, I'm like, what the hell? Where am I at? Well, how did that shocked Pikachu face every single time? I never can get I can never get it together. Um,
I'm with
so
you. I'm with you right there. Me and you right there.
I feel like the best thing I can say is one thing I've learned is I really did have to overhaul the way that I did. A lot of specifically Dana and Tillman, you guys brought up something that was very important to me was consistency. When you're starting these conventions, it was really hard for me to be consistent because conventions have very short time frames. A lot of conventions they either want 30-day or 60-day turnaround. And for me, when I first got started, I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to cons. I can do the content." I was going to all these cons and I really couldn't do the turnaround because I was so exhausted. I was doing cons back to back to back. I couldn't get the turnaround. It makes you look unprofessional. I'm telling you this as somebody. Hey, ain't no shame in my game. I got denied from MomoCon because I wasn't consistent. Baby girl had a lot on her plate. She had to really reorganize the way that she was doing conventions. Remember that if this is not your day job, this is a privilege. Point period and blank.
Yeah.
You have really got to take prioritize what you are doing. I love doing press genuinely because this is my passion. I get a lot of gratitude out of it, and like I like seeing people when they look at my content and they see me doing these things, like it's really gratifying. But like from a professional standpoint, I've had to genuinely overhaul the way I prep for cons. So now my first thing is I come up with a checklist of the 10 things that I'm going to complete no matter what for a con. So for my checklist, it's for me, I like to do at least one or two floor interviews. I like to get on the floor. I like to ask people how's their experience. Sometimes at my experience, getting interviews can be very 50-50. Some cons are very good about getting you interviews or even at least trying. Some cons, they'll be like, yeah, I got you an interview. And they'll never tell you. And, and you'll just, the email was sent in vain. At least that's from my perspective. I know it's different on the other side, but I'm just letting you know, being honest. So for me, I don't necessarily aim for big interviews. What I try to do is I read those rules. I see if you can walk up to someone at their booth. Always be respectful, of course, but can you walk up to people at their booth? Can you talk to artists in the alley? How do